Hi everyone, it's Dees from Turtle Dove. Today I'm just going to do a little bit of crafting so you can watch along if you like. For those who don't know how to make some, what are these called, box pillows or pillow pouches, that's what I'm making, and I've already die cut them. I've made a bowl full of them, so at the end of the video I'll show you the ones I've made previously, but I just thought on camera I would just make one, put one together. So I cut quite a few of these dies out. Mine don't look as nice as that, obviously. I haven't used a lot of dies, and I found it difficult to sort of learn how to put together because the instructions aren't very clear. Not for someone who hasn't got much experience anyway in dies, but I did work it out in the end. They did give you a website address to follow, but it's exactly the same as what's on here, which is really just a couple of diagrams. I think, there we go. So it's not really that clear as far as I'm concerned, but maybe, you know, when I get more experience. But anyway, I did work it out in the end, so that's fine. So, I'm going to start with this one. So I've got the back and the front of the pouch. I'll put that aside for now. This paper's from one of my new Christmas paper pads, which I've made a video on. But anyway, I'll put the poinsettia together first. I've decided to use the same paper for the flower that I've used for the pouch. I mean, I could have used red, just a solid red for the flower, but I just chose to use the same paper. So just getting all my pieces together, so I'm going to layer them. And I'll start with the base, and I'll use these double-sided adhesive foam dots. Actually, before I do that, this is going to be the second layer, so I'm just going to fold the petals upways. If you can see closely, there's some cuts made into the shape. And you can just fiddle with the paper and bend it up and down as you like. I've noticed on the picture they are slightly bent upways, so that's what I'm doing. And with the base, I might just get the petals to point down just a little bit like that. So now I might put, oops, it'll help if I put the wax paper off. Yeah, so these are just going to be for family. Maybe put chocolates in there or something. These, I think the better, thicker paper you use, or cardstock, the better. Some of the ones that I've used are quite thin, and they can crush inwards easily, so they probably wouldn't be good for mail unless you put them in a box, nice and safe. But these ones will be for my family. These were gifted to me by Soleil, and to be honest, I haven't used the small dots a lot, and now I don't know why I haven't used them in the past. I've used the bigger ones, and then I use the rolls, but these are good for smaller projects. So put 2 dots. I probably could get away with 1, but it's just for extra adhesion. So I don't like things falling apart, as they sometimes do, which you can easily fix, but okay. It's pretty paper. Now, put the centre of the flower on. Sometimes I reinforce it with a bit of glue around the tape, just to make it stronger. So you can layer the flowers as like however you want. You could probably just use the one if you wanted, but it's not very clear how they use them on the instructions, and in the picture it looks like they've just used different ones, so I guess you can just pick. I'm just using all 3 of them. And then I'm going to put a gemmy in the centre. On some of the boxes I've used, or pouches I've used, just glue rather than the foam. So now I'm going to pick a gem. Actually, I'll do that in a minute. I'll put the leaves on first. Just decide. See how nice and layered that is? Decide where you want to place the leaves. I'm just putting it on maybe the bottom third. This is quite thick glue. And put that like that. And do the last one. So how many have I made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll have 10 all up. I made 7 the last couple of days, and it took me quite a while to die cut everything before I even started putting it all together. So there we go. So I'll put that aside and let that, oh no I won't, I'll put the diamante on first. So I'm going to put silver, I'll use a smaller size. I guess you could use hot glue as well if you didn't want to wait for the drying time. If you didn't want to use the double-sided tape or the foam tape. Let's put that in the centre, but I'm not in any hurry, so these can sit and dry overnight. There we go. That's the flower. Keep that upside down so that I don't have to wait for 5 minutes for all the glue to go to the tip. Okay, so now the pouch itself. There's already some indentations made where you're going to fold them, and the edge, the 2 edges, I always score, or score marks I should say, slight score marks, but I always score over them on top of a bit of coloured foam sheet, just to, I find for me it helps me when I have to fold them. I'll do that on the other one as well. Just see the score line, so I'm not pressing very hard. There. And now, did I do this? don't think I did this one. Maybe I did. Sometimes they're hard to see depending on the paper. Okay, so I'm going to bend that the way it's going to fold down. Just pinch the outer corners. Make sure I'm getting the right spot. That one, and this one. Because I did make one, my first couple, and I didn't do this, and I had all sorts of trouble and I messed up. So I'm always messing up lately. Okay. So now there's another score line on one side. Down. I can put some double-sided tape down on that one. And sometimes I find with double-sided tape, the paper pops off over time, so you can always reinforce it with a little bit of glue if you want to, especially on either side. So I might just put the tiniest amount . Now, just line up there we go. I panicked then, I thought, what am I doing? Lining up that edge and make sure put the score line on the other sheet is on the opposite side. That's what I had trouble with, trying to match them all up. So just press that down nicely on both sides, and then I'll do the same on the other side. So you can open it up and just fold down that score line on the other side. Just push that down one more time, just to make it the fold stronger. And some more double-sided tape on there. And then da-dum! Phew! I made it. So now all you have to do is fold those ends in, and you have yourself a little gift pouch. So you can fill it in with whatever you like. And then to finish off, get some ribbon or whatever you want to tie it with. You can use some stretchy elastic, I've used that, some tinsel or different types of ribbon, or that one, whatever you like. And I think for this one I'm going to use this lovely green. So Just fill it up before you tie it off. And just decide what length you want. I bought this from a thrift shop and there's so much of it, so it's nice to use it. And I'm not going to, because they're not full yet of the gifts that I want to put in there, so I'm just going to just loosely tie it, just so you can see, and I can undo that later. So what I did was, with the other pouches, is I glued the flower on sort of to the side, and once that was dry then I put the ribbon on or whatever. So I'm going to, that way there's enough room underneath that you can still tie the ribbon or whatever you're using on there. So I'm going to put plenty of glue on, probably the bottom third again, and just glue that down like so. Just hold it there for a moment, and there's your pouch. So we can cut that down later, but as I said, I've still got to fill this, so I want to be able to tie it fairly easily. You can tie it in a bow, or you can put some beads on there, or anything at the end of the ribbon or whatever you're using. So I quite like that. I've got 2 more to make. Got this beautiful starry blue and gold, and I've made the flower for that one just using this beautiful gold cardstock, so that'll look nice together. And I can make the flower together, the blue flower I can put aside for another project. So I just decided at the last minute for that one that I'd like a different coloured flower, and the same goes for this one, which I've made the pouch, I just haven't done the flower. So I'll just show you the other pouches I made. Here they are. So with this one, I used some pearl drops for the centre. I didn't use a gemmy, and I glossy accented some of the top of the flower, and I used this stretchy ribbon that I've got quite a lot of as well, and I just used some fabric glue to pinch those together. I left it overnight to dry, as well as sticking it on the flower onto this as well, and then the next day I popped it on. And with these ones, just use some ribbon, use the same flowers, same paper for the flowers that I used for the pouch, and all different ribbons, different papers, they give them different looks. This was the very first one I made, and you can see that I tried where the fold was, instead of adhering the fold on the inside, I did it on the outside, and you can see it. So I knew that that didn't look right, and I didn't like the look of that. But I can still use that. It just, maybe I might put some lace across there to hide that seam. So I did that on a couple of them. The black one here, I did that too, and then I finally worked out how to put them together. So yeah, for me, it's not the simplest of things. So I take my hat off to you ladies who do very intricate projects with much more intricate dies and putting boxes and such together. Oh, I did it on this one too, so I've done it on 3 of them. This one's a bit harder to see. This is a beautiful dark green and black. Lovely. And there's this one here. So yeah, that's how I put my pillow pouches together. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That would help me out a lot. And I love reading comments, so don't forget to leave a little comment for me. And take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching again, guys. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.